Hello, class. My name is Cole Vandenberg, and this will be the meta story of my life. Growing up, I lived in multiple different states, including Indiana, Tennessee, Massachusetts, and then Ohio, but primarily grew up in northeastern Ohio in a small town called Medina, which was just west of Akron, Ohio. I grew up there with a mother that was an autism teacher and a father that worked in nursing homes as a marketing director, as well as having an older sister and a younger brother. Growing up in northeastern Ohio in the early 2000s, LeBron James was the guy. He was the one that everyone talked about. He was the talk of the town, and I was one of those kids in that time period that was very much influenced by him. And I think that's why I got involved in sports and still, pretty active in the sports world. One cool story that I have growing up in northeastern Ohio was when LeBron went to Miami. Of course, he came back to win a championship in 2016. But when he did come back, he came back, and me and my brother ran down to his house, which was only about a mile and a half away from where we grew up, and we were on USA Today. So if you just search that link there, you'll be able to watch a cool little video of one of your classmates on USA Today. But besides that, growing up, I was always active, outside bicycle riding, outside fishing, just playing whatever sports I could. But my main sport that I always played was or competed in was running. If you watch this short little clip here, this is a race that I did post-college, but still gets a point across. I'm still active and run, pretty frequently. One race I'm really proud of that I ran last year was the Boston Marathon, and I'm actually hoping to, or planning on running it again this year in about 4 weeks. Besides that, growing up, we were always the family that hosted different parties, different celebrations. So here's a picture of us hanging out at the lake in our backyard, and then we had a lot of animals as well: cows, chickens, cats. I always find this video kind of funny of the cows just running around. After high school, I decided to continue my education by going to California University of Pennsylvania, which is a small school in the southwestern part of the state of Pennsylvania. At Cal U, I ran cross country and also majored in sports management. I ran for 2 years, and then my last year at Cal U, I decided to put a little bit more focus on my career path and worked for the Pittsburgh Penguins, as you can see here. Me with the Stanley Cup championship. Fortunately, it was a good year to work for them back in 2016. I also worked for the Pittsburgh Penguins Pittsburgh Pirates for a year, and then the Pittsburgh Steelers for 3 years during that time, doing a lot of the charity work and just giving back to the community through silent auctions and different fundraisers like that. After undergraduate, I went on to Middle Tennessee State University, where I was going to study to get my MBA, but after taking 2 classes, I decided to transfer over into a sports administration master's program here at Arkansas State. So I actually have a master's in sports administration from Arkansas State, which I earned back in 2017, and that was one of the reasons why I decided to come back here for an MBA, is how much I enjoyed the program a few years ago. While getting my first master's, I went back to my local school and was a middle school cross-country coach and helped out in the athletic department, and was fortunate enough to coach our team to an undefeated season and a state championship. It was really good just to go back and coach some of the people that were younger brothers or siblings of some of the people I knew when I was in high school. After working in the sporting industry for a few more years, I decided to get out of it. I wasn't getting the fulfillment that I was really looking for, so I got into logistics. The place I still work is DHL. I started by sorting out, just packages at a very entry-level position and worked my way up to dock supervisor, which got very busy during the pandemic. But as you can see here in our second image, the warehouse, it's us with an award. We very much so succeeded our expectations and kind of thrived during the pandemic from an operational standpoint. After working at DHL in the warehouse, I transferred over to a corporate position about a year ago. So I moved from Ohio over to Michigan in the southeastern part of the state, and currently work as a logistics planner for DHL supply chain. And I'm currently working on a project to automate the logistics process for our client, which is a large automotive carrier. And obviously in Detroit, Michigan, or southeastern Michigan, automotive industry is kind of a main focus. I very much do enjoy my job, and that's kind of why I decided to go back and get an MBA in supply chain management from Arkansas State. Some things I do in my free time: I like to travel. Here's an image of me going to the Olympic trials in Atlanta, Georgia, back in 2020 to see my roommate run. Unfortunately, he did not make the Olympic team, but nonetheless, it was a very cool experience. This next image is me going out west of the Grand Canyon, where I ran rim to rim. I'm always hiking and running. That's one of my main hobbies. And then this third image here is the Notre Dame Clemson game I went to in the fall. Notre Dame upset Clemson, and me and my father, we were able to storm the field, which was a cool experience, to say the least. Moving forward and kind of my career objectives, I'd like to continue my education and earn my master's in supply chain management MBA through Arkansas State. I'd also like to get a PhD someday and maybe get into teaching college courses. I'd like to continue working at DHL. It's a great company. So if anyone is interested in working for DHL, please reach out. And then just continue to live a healthy lifestyle, being outside and continue to run. Thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.